You break through the thin shell of your egg. The world around you is warm, dark, and cramped. You're inside a temporary pouch on your mother's belly, and your body is barely the size of a jelly bean. You're blind, hairless, and completely helpless. You're a newborn echidna, sometimes called a puggle, and right now, you can't even lift your head. Your mother doesn't produce milk the way most mammals do. There are no nipples to latch onto. Instead, milk slowly seeps from tiny pores on her skin. So you crawl across her belly, your tiny mouth pressing against the warm patch of skin where the milk collects. You drink slowly. That's the only thing keeping you alive. Because outside this pouch, the Australian bush is full of animals that would eat something your size without hesitation. And your mother can't protect you forever. Days pass. You grow a little bigger. Your skin thickens, and tiny bumps begin to form across your back. Those bumps will eventually become spines, thousands of them. But right now, they're still soft, which means you're vulnerable, very vulnerable. Your mother spends most of her time digging through soil and leaf litter, searching for termites and ants with her long, sticky tongue. But every few days, she stops moving, and she finds a hidden burrow beneath roots or rocks. And that's when she leaves you, alone. She gently nudges you deeper into the burrow and turns away. Then she disappears into the forest. You're still blind, still tiny, and now you're completely defenseless. This is normal for echidnas. Mothers can't carry their young forever, so they hide them and hope nothing finds them. You lie there quietly. The burrow smells like damp soil and rotting leaves. Hours pass, then a day, then another. You can't see anything, but you can feel the ground vibrate. Something heavy walks above the burrow. Maybe a lizard, maybe a snake, maybe something much worse. If a predator digs down here, there's nothing you can do about it. You can't run. You can't fight. You can barely move.
Slithery.
All you can
Ready
do
for
is
berry
stay
hunting?
still and hope the dirt above you stays intact. Eventually, the vibrations fade, and the forest grows quiet again. A few days later, the ground shifts. Your mother returns. You recognize her scent immediately. She nudges you gently with her snout, then lies beside you so you can drink again. You feed quickly because she won't stay long. Within an hour, she's already leaving again, and you're alone once more. This cycle repeats for weeks. Hidden underground, waiting, growing slowly, hoping nothing discovers your hiding place. After about 2 months, something changes. Your spines begin to harden. They poke through your skin, forming the sharp protective coat adult echidnas rely on. Your eyes finally open, and the burrow suddenly feels smaller. Soon, your mother stops returning. Not because she's abandoned you, but because you're old enough to survive outside. So one day, you crawl toward the entrance and step out into the world for the first time. The forest is huge. Trees stretch high above you. Birds call from branches overhead. The ground smells like insects and soil. And somewhere nearby, something is watching you. Because being small in the wild means you're always on someone's menu. Foxes, dingoes, large birds of prey, even goannas, giant monitor lizards that can swallow animals your size whole. You move slowly across the ground, sniffing for ants. Finally, you find a small trail of them. You press your snout into the dirt and extend your tongue. It shoots out like a sticky ribbon. Ants cling to it instantly. You pull the tongue back in and swallow. That's your first real meal. And you'll need thousands more just like it. Because echidnas eat insects almost constantly. Sometimes up to 20,000 ants in a single day. But finding food isn't easy. Your eyesight is terrible, so you rely mostly on smell and touch. You wander through the bush, digging into soil and tearing apart termite mounds. Sometimes the mound is full. Other times it's empty, which means wasted energy. And energy is something you can't afford to waste, because predators are still out there. One afternoon, the ground trembles again. Heavy footsteps approach. You freeze. Then you smell it. A fox. It steps into the clearing, nose low to the ground. Searching. You don't run. Running would only attract attention. Instead, you curl into a tight ball. Your spines point outward like thousands of tiny spears. The fox circles you slowly. It nudges your side with its nose, then tries to bite, but the spines jab into its mouth. The fox backs away, shaking its head. It tries again and again. Eventually, it gives up and trots away into the trees. You stay curled up long after it's gone, because predators rarely give up that easily. Years pass. You grow larger. Your spines grow thicker and sharper. You become better at digging and finding food. But life never really gets easier. You still wander alone most of the time. Echidnas aren't social animals. There are no families, no groups, just miles of bushland and the constant search for insects. Occasionally, you cross paths with another echidna, but even those encounters are brief, except during breeding season. One day, you notice something strange. Another echidna is following you, then another, and another. Soon, there's a line of males trailing behind a single female. This is called an echidna train. It can last for weeks. Males compete to stay close to the female, pushing and shoving each other as they walk. Eventually, only one male gets to mate. The rest wander away, and life returns to normal.
Ready for
Quiet,
berry hunting?
lonely, and full of digging. Years go by. Your claws grow worn from tearing through dirt and termite mounds. Your spines remain sharp, but your movements slow. Food becomes harder to find, and predators still lurk nearby. One day, you dig into a termite mound like you've done thousands of times before, but the ground is harder than usual. You keep digging anyway, because you're hungry. Then you hear footsteps again. A dingo appears at the edge of the clearing. You curl into a ball immediately, but this predator is stronger. It digs at the soil around you, trying to flip you over, trying to expose the soft underside beneath your spines. The fight lasts several minutes. Eventually, the dingo loses interest and wanders away. You survive again. But each year, survival gets harder, because that's the truth about being born as an echidna. Your entire life is spent searching for tiny insects, avoiding predators, digging endlessly through soil, and wandering alone through the wilderness. It's a tough life, but somehow, these strange egg-laying mammals have survived for over 100 million years. Long before humans existed, long before most modern animals evolved. And even today, somewhere in the Australian bush, another tiny echidna is hatching from an egg, beginning the same difficult journey all over again.